So what's the point of this book? I want people to understand artificial intelligence and robotics. The science fiction writer Theodore Sturgeon said, 90% of everything is direct. Well, bingo. The stuff out there in the press about AI and robotics is just awful. So I try to walk someone who has a Malcolm Gladwell or Michael Lewis sort of science background and curiosity and walk you through the concepts that we teach graduate students about autonomous robots. And I do it in the same order, that same scaffolding of ideas, but in a less technical way as graduate school. And we have fun with it. So what will you learn? Well, you'll learn about teleoperation, all those telecommuting and telemedicine robots. You'll learn about behavior-based robots or how your Roomba works. Deliberation and planning, like what NASA uses for those deep space probes. You'll learn about how we test and evaluate robots, and maybe some of those autonomous car companies could use that, do you think? Social robotics and human-robot interaction. What makes that humanoid robot, Sophia, special? And what are the engineering and legal professions? What are the ethics, the liability versus all the blah, 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 robots are going to take over the world, nonsense, displacement of jobs, all that stuff out there. What's real? So where did I get the idea for such a crazy book? Well, the idea came from an anthropology class I took in junior college. Mr. Trowell had us get 3 textbooks, the horror, and 2 were the classic textbooks, kind of boring, and 1 was called Anthropology Through Science Fiction, and it had great stories from Isaac Asimov, Paul Anderson, A. Van Vogt, lots of others, and each story illustrated some key principle in anthropology, even if the stories hadn't really been written with that in mind, but they just nailed it. And so it was a lot of fun. So when I became a professor teaching robotics, I started assigning science fiction stories as extra credit. So what's my favorite story? It's hard to say what my favorite story is. Both Super Toys Last All Summer and Strangers in Paradise both make me cry every damn time I read them. Vinji's Long Shot is just so terrifically detailed and accurate that it makes me happy to be a computer scientist. It's like, this is what we do. Yes, this is it. This is what we do. Well, and he's such a sweetie. I had met him at the CMU 25th anniversary of the Robotics Institute event, and he waived his licensing fee for using the story. Yeah, of course, Asimov is always great. Most people think Susan Calvin is the best roboticist, but you know, I think I'd like to invite his troubleshooting duo, Donovan and Powell, over for dinner. You know, we talk shop about robot repairs and knock back some beers and swap stories about work. Yeah, there's Philip K. Dick's Screamers with the second variety. Yeah, I love that story. It's a, see, I told you that really rapid, sloppy weaponization of robotics is going to cause problems. So it's got a really in-your-face sort of story there. They're all good. I hope you'll get the book and that you'll enjoy it while learning about how real robots work. And if you like it, we have a whole website, Robotics Through Science Fiction, which discusses teachable moments in movies, books, and stories. Plus, I write monthly articles for Science Robotics concerning science fiction and hardcore science fact. Let me know your favorite robot story and keep asking questions.